If you're after maximum bang for your buck, it's very, very hard to look past the Holden Commodore SS. I'm Tom Baker, this is Chasing Cars, and today I have with me a modern classic of Australian motoring. Holden's VF Commodore will likely be the last car it ever produces in Australia. So having enjoyed this performance SS Storm so much this week, are we ready to lose the full-size Australian performance sedan for good? Not yet. If you've owned a Commodore before, then you'll notice that the VF interior makes substantial improvements in quality. For a car that costs less than $50,000 on road, the materials are seriously impressive, with nice trims on the dash, suede-like trim on the seats, and plenty of leather accents around the cabin to make you feel like you're driving something a bit special. The cabin feels wide and spacious, but it's centered around this 8-inch color touchscreen up here, which controls Holden's great MyLink infotainment system. The SS Storm is equipped with navigation, but there's also a plethora of audio options available through the screen, including Pandora Internet Radio. The sound system isn't too crash hot on the base SS though, although the SSV Redline does get a Bose system if you're an audiophile. So what's it like in the back of the VF? Well, it's business class for passengers back here. Legroom is among the best in class, and for somebody 6'0", there's also adequate headroom, although the person in the middle will have a slightly difficult time because of a very high transmission tunnel.
Commodore sedans have massive boots at nearly 500 litres, but keep in mind the back seats don't fold if you need more than this.
It's important to remember that the Commodore SS, as opposed to the Commodore SV6, is not always better than its cheaper sibling. Sometimes it's just different. For example, the weight of the 6-litre V8 over the SS's front wheels means cornering ability is a bit blunt, whereas the more agile SV6 is the choice for a country road. So, why would you pay all that extra money in petrol for the SS? Because it sounds like that, and because it pulls so hard. The 260 kilowatt, 517 Newton meter V8 in this car is just such a great motor. On the open road, it is the definition of effortless Australian motoring, whereas in town, you're never wanting for torque to close gaps in traffic. The V8 is often too quiet because of Holden's work on sound insulation in the VF, but rev it out and you'll be suitably impressed. The cheaper SS's like this Storm also miss out on the SSV Redline's better suspension and traction control setup, but the SS still handles poor quality Australian roads with ease and provides a quiet and seriously refined driving experience that makes you think you could do Sydney to Perth, no problem. The SS I'm driving has the 6-speed automatic, and it's not a bad box, although I wish it had paddle shifters up here on the steering wheel. And the purist in me wishes for the 6-speed manual that I drove last year in the Redline Ute. It's just a bit more fun. But all this performance at what cost? Well, fuel consumption is obviously outrageous. In our week with the car, we managed to combine 14 litres per 100 kilometres, but in town, figures above 18 litres per 100 kilometres would not be surprising. But is this such a big deal? Well, I don't think that it is, and that's because the SS is so cheap to buy. Yes, 15,000 mixed kilometres, or about a year of driving in the SS, will cost $4,500 in fuel alone, whereas in, say, a Volvo S60 T6, the same amount of driving would cost just $2,400. But the SS is 45 grand, and that's many, many years of fuel before you even start approaching the list price of the Europeans that are nowhere near as fun. Servicing the VF is actually a very good proposition, with petrol models costing $185 each for the first 4 services, which occur every 9 months. And safety is also well taken care of, with 6 airbags, a big reversing camera with cross-traffic alert, and strong traction control to keep you pointing straight. Sadly, big V8s like the one found in the Holden Commodore SS are probably not much longer for this world. Their fuel consumption and emissions are just not sustainable in a more environmentally conscious market. So, all the more reason to buy one of these amazing vehicles now while you still can. You can read much more about the Holden Commodore SS and many others over on our website by clicking here.